What common mistakes do you think some women make when it comes to relationships?
I think the biggest mistake, and I know I'm guilty of this as well, is we don't communicate our needs and we expect them to predict it. So what I mean by this is, say for example, we want to see somebody more often. We will say, I'm not going to ask him, I'm not going to say it because he should just know. If he wanted to, he would. But the reality is, when we don't communicate our needs, we teach people the wrong way to love us. If you're late every time you pick me up and I don't say anything in that process because I don't want to look needy or I don't want to look clingy or anything like that, I'm teaching you it's okay to do that.
Yep, you're teaching me it's okay to always come late because you're saying regardless of when I show up, you will still love me. What's good, guys? Today we're going to be reacting to girls giving guys advice, women giving men advice. Let's listen to what the women have to say.
Things guys need to understand about girls. Listen up, and ladies, let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. The way that you talk to us literally makes all the difference. Girls will notice the slightest change in how you're speaking to us and be sad over it. So if you think like, oh, she's getting sad for no reason, it's so weird. It's because we notice everything. Another thing is that we have a sense on people.
We all notice everything, by the way. Just letting you know, it's a human thing. We respond to stimuli. Okay, baby, go.
We can tell when other girls have bad intentions very, very quickly. So if your girlfriend is warning you about a girl, saying, hey, I don't think this girl has good intentions, it's because we can see that from a mile away. We just can. So please just...
Like, yo, this just reminds me of when guys are telling girls, oh, don't do this because this is what guys think. Which is right, because they won't listen to us when we say, oh, don't go out there dressing like this because other guys are sexualizing you and I'll leave you open to, you know, potential thirsty men coming your way. And temptation, in the grand scheme of things, it all leads down to temptation, right? That will make you cheat. When we say stuff like that, they be like, nah, we don't know what they're saying, we're insecure and stuff like that. Now they're saying this exact same thing. Would it be fair to call you guys insecure? Like, you guys are just insecure and thinking about every single thing, any little actions we do. Doesn't that make you insecure too if it makes us insecure? But you're speaking facts. To me, I feel it is a human thing. People are people. They respond to stimuli. We are really similar when it comes to how we socially interact with, how we socially respond to our partners. If you say something nice to me, like maybe guys are more, you know, you expect a guy to hide it and not show it, but we feel it, like we get excited, like when she smiles when I say something and her smile is just so beautiful, right? I get happy. I'm happy she's happy, you know. And me as a guy, I show it, like as a man. Like, how can you call yourself a man but you cannot express your feelings in a way that would make your partner understand it and, you know, tap into that energy directly from the source? And you call yourself a man, you think, oh, hiding your feelings, like not showing her that, you know, that your childish, playful side is you being masculine. It's BS. We're all the same, man. We're all the same. Just saying, girls.
I'll let you in on a little secret, and I know the girls are gonna hate me for this one, but I mean, fuck it, y'all gotta be put on game, I guess. I don't fucking know. You know that girl that every guy has fun the bag with? Like, they just wish they would have acted right, or they just wish they would have, like, you feel me? Like, just done what they were supposed to do. Girls have that, but like to a huge extent. Like, it goes much further than the guy's version. Like, girls have that one guy that she knows no matter what, he's gonna be there for her 1000% of the times. You feel me? No matter what the fuck she does, she has that one guy to fall back on. Guys don't have that. Not to the same level as women. You feel me? Like, because girls, they're like, oh, I know my worth, this and that. Guys don't know their worth, so they stay. Yeah, if you're that guy, I'm sorry to tell you. And if you have a girl, she has that guy. Either way, you're not winning this. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. And
she's coming from a competitive standpoint. Like, either way, you're not winning this. What competition? Who's fighting with you guys, man? We're just trying to find the people that like us, man. That's about it. And she's talking about having that ride or die. That's one friend that's always there no matter the situation. You never know why the guy is there, really. The guy might be there because he liked you and you didn't reciprocate the energy, but you were like, oh, I like you as a friend, but he wanted more with you. So he's like waiting, or he's like, if I can't get this, might as well settle for this. So he's basically settling for less, right, while you're just reaping the benefits. Which, if that's what he wants, well, to me, if you've not clearly stated your intentions and you're just waiting for the opportunity for you to come to, you know, date the girl that's friend zoned you, my guy, just keep it pushing, man. Keep it pushing, because until you do that, you would not see results in that direction. If you're waiting for her to make the first move, good luck, man. Good luck. If you're that patient, good luck, man. And I'm not guaranteeing anything, but good luck. So yeah, I don't know. This girl is making it sound like it's a whole competition or something, like saying we'll always lose. Sounds like you're already losing if you're thinking like that. It's like if you're thinking like she is thinking, that's already an L.
Biggest mistake women
Sorry,
make.
we don't need guys here.
Ladies, if you
Nope.
So, some men will not fall in love because they don't want
This is a
that
barrister.
responsibility.
Okay.
I'll say it again. Some men don't fall in love because
Human thing, like I said before, human thing. People like running away from their responsibilities. It is not a manly thing, it's not. But some men, like, let me stop interrupting. Maybe I should stop interrupting for once.
they don't want the responsibility. And if they are never in love, they don't ever have to act like it or do the things that is required.
Women
Or,
do that too,
do
but
things that are required of a man who is quote unquote in love. So
that should
they
sound like that.
continuously deny
Like
that
she
emotional
has
part
tom-tom
of
in
the
her mouth.
relationship unless the money is introduced. This is why I tell y'all ladies, introduce money quick, fast, and in any type of relationship by requesting it, because that's when they bring up the love word. That's when they start considering love, when they didn't consider it before. Okay? And you will
Hey,
see
go back.
that's
That went
when
over
the
my head.
relationship Money is integral part of the relationship unless the money is emotional. So they
Sorry, guys.
quote, in love. So they continuously deny that emotional part of the relationship unless the money is introduced. This is why I tell y'all ladies, introduce money quick, fast, and in a hurry in any type of relationship by requesting it, because that's when they bring up the love word. That's when they start considering love.
This is the kind of man she's involved with, because that tells a lot about the kind of man she's involved with. She's speaking for herself, so you can't really blame the woman. She's giving us perspective from what she's experienced. So let's listen. But you're just exposing yourself, Sha.
They didn't consider it before. Okay? And you will see it all the time. Men will not bring up love until you bring up money. And we've talked about this. So,
I don't know about you guys, but that's not how it works for me, man. Money is the last thing I bring up, because you don't want to be bringing up money and potentially drawing in gold diggers. You know what I mean? So I don't know where she's getting this logic from, but I don't think she really understands what she's saying. But let's listen, guys.
most of the women that men fall in love with are the women who are all about that money.
What? What rubbish? Nah, I think I've heard enough. Look at her face. She even though she said some BS, man. Like, look at her face. Let's go back. Like, she has to be trolling. Let's look at the comments. Like, some men will not fall in love. Like, he tries to avoid being broke and broken-hearted. We had a conversation yesterday, and he said I am unpredictable. That he doesn't know what I want because I only talk about money, and he's so confused. Yeah, you women sometimes can be confusing about our relationship, but he still gave me money to go grocery shopping. He said he doesn't feel loved by me because I am all about the money. As you should. Like, look at this BS advice. These are the gold diggers we're talking about, guys. These are the gold diggers. When you put money up front, look at my guy. My guy is buying groceries for a girl. He's not even sure. Like, he's not even sure of where this thing is headed, and he's buying groceries for the chick. Desperation. Desperacy at its finest. Read. She's laughing. Look, why is she laughing at him? Why is she laughing at him? Look, sorry. Why is she laughing at him? Why? What's funny? Scammer. That's a scammer. She's so right. I'm a nurse and work with a lot of doctors. Law. They always complain about their wives spending all of their money. Well, like I said, if you let them control it, then don't complain, man. If you can't have control over your money, if you can't put money last when you guys are building a relationship, money will always be first till you say, oh, this is not what I want. I want someone that would love me first. And when she's loving you first, of course, there are qualities she's loving. Not necessarily, of course, you come with those qualities, right? Because I don't think people fall in love with like blindly. You can't really love somebody without them giving you a value. That's how I feel, because we're made up of traits, characteristics, looks, personality, all that stuff, right? Money, all that stuff, success. status, they are all traits that make us who we are. And they are traits that are lovable. They are traits that are likable. Oh, I like the fact that when I say his name, he smiles and responds quickly. Or I like the fact that he listens to me when we're doing stuff in the bedroom, or stuff like that. You get me? So those are traits that people like or love, that people get attached to, right? So if she's getting attached to the trait that you are affluent, you have money, when that money runs out, be ready to deal with the consequences of her not loving you directly. Because if she loves money, if she loves your money and you have no money, so there's nothing you can give her that she can love, basically, since she was always there for the money. So she loses love for you in that sense, because that's how you get women saying she loved him, or she doesn't know how she lost love for him, but it was his money, you know. And if it's on the flip side, if it's your charisma, if it's your confidence, if it's your, you know, the way you speak to her, the way you make her feel, you know, if that's what she loves about you, that can be controlled by you on a far consistent scale. Money can be controlled too, but compared to all those kind of values that you that literally make you who you are, right? Because money comes as a result, as a product of your hard work, right? But all those traits were already there before you made all that money, right? So except, okay, let's say you got them along the line, but money comes way after you've like built up charisma, built up personality, all that stuff. Unless you do it late, which then you still struggle in relationships because you need social skills, you need all that stuff, right? So when she likes you for your qualities, like your charisma, your confidence, the way you approach her, the way you are able to break down things to her from a logical and emotional standpoint, those traits are traits you can sustain on a far consistent scale compared to money. And they are traits that make her, they're personality traits, basically. It's better for you to find a girl that's connecting with you because of your personality than for your money. That's just all I'm letting you guys know. So correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. Correct me if you feel you prefer her to love you for your money because you're that guy, you own the world, you own all the finances. Let me know. I'm just telling you guys what I want my girl to perceive me as. I would literally save my money, what I do. Like, I'll keep my work life away from her till I've built that connection with her based off my personality, based off her personality, because that is what the foundation of love is for me, and spirituality and all that stuff, godliness, all that. But if you guys all agree with that, let me know. Let's finish up this video and move on, because this woman is funny. She's funny, actually.
Because they don't want them, they want their money, and also they're a challenge. And the man is constantly talking and thinking about love. Why does she love me for me? Is it just for my money? What about love? They were never thinking about love to enter into the relationship with in the first place until you bring up money. So, So
yeah, she's basically just, teaching women how to be gold diggers. W's. Next.
No matter how much
men things girls do.
Nope. Where are the women at? Nope. Guys, let the women talk. Okay.
5 things.
Let the women talk, guys. Come on.
That a woman should bring to the table.
Okay, let's go.
Number 1 is loyalty.
Loyalty. See, that should be first.
Faithful, not just in terms of fidelity, but also in terms of emotional and moral support.
Damage.
A very good woman demonstrates loyalty by doing these 3 things. A, standing by her partner. A good woman will always be there for her partner through good and bad times.
For sure.
She'll be his biggest supporter.
These are the qualities I was telling you guys about.
There to pick him up when he's down. I mean, if you lost your job today, is your woman the kind of woman who will offer you emotional support? Listen to your feelings of disappointment, maybe even anxiety? Will she acknowledge your feelings, empathize with you, support you?
This is what I was talking about.
A woman who will help you see that your worth isn't solely defined by the job that you just lost Or
I spoke about this,
pointing
guys.
fingers at you and accusing you.
This is a W woman. This is a these are the women we love.
Loyalty involves being there for your partner and upholding
the women we love.
your commitments even in difficult times.
These are the women. These are the women. Pause, baby, go. These are the women we want to see more. You guys see the difference? One was lusting on the guy's money. This one is okay, not lusting, but you know what I mean. One was in love with money. This one is in love with her man. Why? Because of the traits she's seeing from the dude. He's a hardworking guy. One, not necessarily have money, but he's hardworking. He's ready to get up, grind, and do the work to make his family happy, proud, feed his children, fulfill his dreams, you know, cater to his wife's needs, all that stuff. He makes her confident, he makes her smile, he makes his family smile, he brings joy to every other person. All those qualities, these are the women we are looking for. Don't be using the chat for this one. Please, can we comment some? What's her name? Let's look at her name real quick, man. Conceal. I don't know. This is not her name, but this is her channel, guys. You guys go check her out, man. Go check out. W woman's in the chat. Can I get some XC in the chat, please? Holy smokes, man. Next. W's.
The number one determining factor.
The second thing that
another one for her. Let's go.
Will be by respecting the relationship's boundaries.
Okay.
A good woman will respect the boundaries of her relationship. She'll not
good.
engage in any behavior that will make you feel uncomfortable or disrespected. For example, she won't flirt with other men in front of you. She'll not
if you guys are guilty of this, saying, oh, you can see there's nothing wrong with keeping the friends you already have, right? And there's nothing actually wrong with making new friends as a married woman or a woman in a relationship. But flirting, sex talk, sexting or whatever you got, all those sexual things you guys do while in a relationship, red flag, man. You should stop that, girls.
Disappear into thin air for hours without telling you where she's going, and she will certainly not share private information about you with others. She'll be respectful of your time and space. She won't try to control you or manipulate. See, the third thing that will demonstrate her loyalty, remember we're still talking about loyalty, is prioritizing the relationship's well-being. In a
can they remove this from a good-looking face, please?
Always put the needs of her relationship first. Yes, ahead of her friends, ahead of her family's demands. She will be willing to compromise and sacrifice for the sake of the relationship, but she'll always be looking for ways to make it stronger. Loyalty involves being there for your partner and upholding your commitments, even in difficult times. Now,
you hear that, guys? You hear that? You flipping hear that? This woman says something. These are the kind of women we actually need more on all those podcasts, all those like Fresh and Fit podcasts. It's only Fresh and Fit I know about. I don't know the kind of girls they bring on whatever podcast, but Fresh and Fit, whatever podcast. These are the women that should come and speak for women. Like they should at least have a mix of these kind of women on the board. Brains and beauty. This is what we're looking for. This is what a woman should be made of. Same qualities you should find in this woman, you should also expect in a good man. Loyalty, respect, integrity, honesty, ability to communicate, ability to sit down and listen. Bro. Guys, XC in the chat, man. X flipping C in the chat. See her name. XC in the chat, man. God bless this woman.
A woman should never ask
I like this woman.
a man to provide more than he can provide. That's wrong.
We've seen this
a
before.
woman should always live within the man's means. And if the man has the means, great. If he doesn't, don't ask for it. And if you want more, work together
to build up.
A
Yep.
woman.
I've seen this woman before. I really like her takes. It's well said, well put together. If you know your man can't handle something, or you guys are in a situation where there's no money, everybody's choked up, school fees for the children, here, rent, all that, and you know fully well your man doesn't have extra money to take you out on a fancy, luxurious date, get you makeup, get you clothing, all that stuff, fancy stuff that, of course, you probably have some already, but of course, you want new stuff, you want, you just, which is not bad, but knowing he doesn't have the financial capability to handle that as a wife, first off, shows you're not even part of that Are you part of the sustaining force of the relationship, of the family? You should be on par with your husband when it comes to the financial situations of the house, right? You should not be encouraging. Let's say your son comes up to his dad and he's like, "Daddy, I want to get this toy car." Knowing fully well, you know that there's no money in the house, right? But instead of, let's say your husband is trying to tell the son, "Oh, don't worry, we'll get it for you at so time," and the son is crying, whining, instead of you to, say, "Oh, son, it's okay, we'll get it for you at so time. We don't have the money and resources for it right now." Also, being on the man's side, because you understand, right? You are now saying, trying to cajole your husband into getting, it's just a toy now. Come on, just get it for the boy. Like, you should be on the same page with the man. That's why you need to communicate and listen. We already understand the meaning of communication and listening from the last podcast we had. I don't know where's this one on the last two. I don't know, but we've spoken about communication and listening, understanding, being on the same frame as a family, as a couple. You guys have to be on the same frame. A man plus a woman combine a partnership. Her strength plus his strength, not her coming to drag him down, knowing fully well the household is not strong financially, So yeah, W Humans in the chat. Nope.
Women that accept cheating men are cheating women. It's really that simple. And women who don't accept cheating men are the loyal ones. Only unfaithful women are okay with that deal. I promise you. I work with them every single day. What happens is the woman that's actually loyal and really loves you, she can't handle the anxiety of it. She can't do it because she's too loyal, she's too loving, she's this, that, and the other. She disappears, she makes her life hell, she's horrible, whatever it is, but she tends to be loyal. But the woman who is there for a paycheck and who is there sneaky, accepting it, this, that, and the other, I promise you she's plotting her revenge. Women that
clearly put, when I see people accept all these open relationships, cheating, promiscuity, God, I shouldn't have used that word, just embarrassed myself. Promiscuity, guys, let me be, okay? When I see people accepting all those kind of behaviors, it's just clear. Like, I've talked about red pill women here before, right? When you see all those red pill women that be like, "Yeah, of course you should let your man cheat, he's the one that makes the money," you are just disgusting. You are just low value. You have no integrity, you have no shame, you have no respect for your own self, no love for your own self, let alone for you to think you love him. So he should go out and enjoy himself, do what makes him happy at your own detriment, because it's giving you money. So you're basically like a prostitute, but accepted by the society at the same time. So it's kind of weird. Ridiculousness, man. You guys need to do better, man. Nope.
Facts.
Yes.
More men need to understand about women.
Let's hear.
We're not mind readers.
I can't lie, looking at her dress alone, let's see what happens. Let's not judge by the cover, guys.
If you want to be more than friends, start making moves and stop making assumptions. We're not all the same. My friend Kate really likes guys with red hair, but my friend Heather doesn't. Don't get in your feelings just because you're not every girl's type. We care much more about your character than your checking account. No matter how much cash you have, if you're boring or just don't have a spine, girls aren't going to be interested.
Okay, so we'll go back to what she said. Hold on. She wrote those facts on the screen. We're not mind readers. Nobody's a mind reader, right? So she's right. Just the way girls are not mind readers. Guys and girls should know that nobody's a mind reader. So anybody that is here on this platform, you guys, we all know we uphold communication and listening. So communicate so that your partner can listen and understand you and act accordingly, so that they don't always tick you off or get on your nerve, right? That's number one. Let's go to number two quickly. Number two, We are not all the same. Nobody is the same. We're all unique. This girl might want her husband to go out and be sleeping with other people, which is ridiculous, which is horrendous. But this other girl, she's a loyal, beautiful woman. Of course, the other one is beautiful, but ugly inside, mind you. But this one is beautiful outside and inside. She wants to be preserved and respected. You get me? So she doesn't want all this Billy bouncing left, right, and center. You know, she wants her man to always be with her and nobody else, just the way the man expects his girl to be with her and nobody else. So we're not all the same. Correct. She's not wrong about that one. But it's the same thing for everybody. Then let's move on to the last thing she said. Don't get in your feelings. Nobody understands that here. What do you mean by don't get in your feelings? If you do something that makes me angry and you know you did something that makes me angry, of course it's going to hurt me. Of course it's going to make me, I don't know what it means to get in your feelings. Maybe we'll Google that later. But if you're meaning I should not react to what you're doing that pisses me off, that's bullshit. Because if you know it pisses me off, why are you doing it in the first place? Like, let sleeping dogs lie, right? Why would you go and poke a dog and expect it not to try and bite you or defend itself, right? Of course, I'm not saying men like should hit anybody or, you know, be violent to their wives, but it's a symbiotic relationship. So you both should be seeking to, of course, express yourselves properly enough so that you two understand each other and don't trigger yourselves, right? You guys are meant to express your feelings. When there's a discomfort, express it. I don't know what she means by do not get in your feelings, but if she does something that pisses you off, let her know. That is not getting in your feelings. That is you feeling an emotional strain, not wanting that strain, and explain to your partner why that strain has to be removed. And I mean how to remove that strain, how to get rid of that strain. So there's nothing wrong with expressing yourself when you don't feel comfortable, or praising your wife when she does something that's great or awesome, or, you know, express yourselves, guys. Don't let anybody, guys, girls, don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Because if you don't express yourself, if you don't show that vulnerable side of you, right, you will never get to the peak, like, bonding you guys are meant to get. Because the more you show yourself, the more he understands you, the more she understands you, and the more you guys can work together to build up that relationship to a level that being overprotective, being defensive, hiding yourself cannot get you. So be vulnerable, more vulnerable, and listen, understand, respect each other's space. Next. Is she done? I don't think she's done though. You're not everybody's type. We care more about your character. I said this before. Your personality is more important than your money. Very easy. We talked about this, guys. I'm not going to go into that. Then next, she was talking about what again? Is it just 3 things? Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Dating by Blaine. Let's look at the comment section. Neither are we. Exactly. I was talking about this. Don't ask a fish how to catch a fish. Ask a fish how. Okay, what does that mean? First of all, you are the ones that think we are the mind readers. Exactly. That's the truth. Like, you women, I've seen it so many times. You guys are so indirect to stupor. Like, just tell me what is going on. Like the other day, one of my friends, I did something to her. Apparently I've all of a sudden, like, everything was fine, everything was chill. All of a sudden, one day, she just spazzes out and she starts telling me things that are not me, characteristics that I've never exhibited, or she's just been, you know, misreading things and passively, keeping it in. So it's been stacking up. So she's now started acting passive aggressive towards me, and she's telling me, "Oh, I'm inconsiderate, I'm insensitive," all this stuff. Like, from where? Like, where is this coming from? At first, I thought she was joking and all, but she was actually serious. And I'm like, okay, I had to sit down and actually talk to her and understand. I broke it down. I was like, okay, how? Let's talk about this. Like, we fixed it through good communication and listening. But then again, it's like, I told her, like, I didn't know this was the case. Like, why didn't you tell me? And she's like, well, she expected me to know. And I'm like, no, how? I'm not God. Like, know what exactly? The little I know, the little things that even when she's not communicating and I'm just reading based off her body language, I communicate. I say, oh, what's going on? What's this? But that one came out from nowhere. Like, so teach your women how to communicate. If she doesn't know how to communicate, show her how to communicate something with you. If you know, anytime you tell her or call her sweet names like honey, baby girl, or something, and you would like to hear that back from her, but all she does is just smile, or if it's true text, she just hearts the comment or something. Let her know that, oh, see, it won't hurt if you tell me thanks baby back, or honey too. Like, I like hearing those kind of things. Teach her how to love you, and she will learn if she really wants to express how much she loves you. Simple, clear cut. Boom. Next.
The one boundary I had that made men want me more. Let me tell you what it was. Hello, my name is Carla, and restoring healthy mindsets is my thing. The one boundary I always had in the dating scene was having a set curfew. Wait, what? Oh yeah.
Okay.
I always let the man know that I needed to be home at a certain time. And believe me, they wanted to know when they can see me next. I never had to initiate anything because I left them wanting more. And that instantly lets him know that I value my time. That with him or without him, I still have my own life. Men love women that respect themselves, especially women that respect their boundaries. We as women need to understand that and have that very clear. If a man does not...
But using it as a manipulation tactics is wrong. Like, nobody likes that. You knowing maybe you could, let's say you wanted to go somewhere and it's past your curfew, but if you talk to your dad and let your dad know, or your parents know that, oh look, or let's say you're the one you're living alone, right? You letting yourself that extra room to show your, what do you call it, to spend more time with the person, right, gives a signal that, oh, okay, initially, yeah, you can, put all that boundary. But as the relationship goes on, if you are not slightly tweaking some things to fit him into the schedule or fit her into the schedule, then it might be perceived as you're not valuable enough. Because trust me, if you're valuable enough, you will be able to break almost any schedule. Almost. You'll be able to, I won't say necessarily break it totally, but you'll be able to bend it. And you might be able to bend it a lot. So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with having your standards initially. It shows, yeah, you have respect for yourself and your time and stuff like that. But with time, I'm speaking from experience. Maybe it's just me. I've seen other guys speak about, work is work, and work is truly work. But when you're working and you have a partner you love and stuff like that, there has to be a balance in life. There has to. If you can't say you love her and you're not willing to sacrifice a bit of work time to take care of your family, your girl, you don't love her enough. I'm sorry. You just don't. You get me? So I get her point, but both guys, girls, have your boundaries, but that should be initially. As you progress, those boundaries should still exist, but there should be a little, like, just because of, it's just you, so I can just bend it like this a bit, just to let room for more quality time. Of course, you get me? More quality time, more being around each other. You get me? So that's just me. Correct me in the chat. I don't know what you guys think. If you guys think you are never going to bend your boundaries, let me know why. Let me know, enlighten me. So maybe I might be wrong and I might actually learn and it might save me one day. Who knows?
Does not like that or appreciate that, then he's a scum. Like, I'm sorry. That's just the truth. If a man can't appreciate his woman or a woman that respects herself and respects her boundaries, then he is not of high value. Now, there's a difference, because there's a lot of women that say they respect their boundaries, but they're just being entitled. And there's a woman that actually respects her boundaries and says no politely. And always remember this. People want what they cannot have. So
you see, this woman is still talking. She's a manipulator, bro. She's a manipulator. Look at the way she's literally giving you guys tips on what this is, like teaching men fashion, where they tell you always make sure, although teaching men fashion doesn't do this. I don't know, maybe he does. Take 1 hour. If she text you 1 hour after you send her a text, make sure you wait 2 more hours before you respond to her own text. Bro, that's some manipulation tactics, man. And if I'm being real with you guys, any strategy you're going to use to manipulate your girl into spending more time with you, thinking about you in long term, whatever it is, be ready to keep doing that for the rest of your life, so that she would continuously keep chasing you. Because if you stop, if you make that mistake of stopping what you started, so help you God, because the outcome you would get from the result of you not being able to keep up with those things that weren't you, but you faked, right? They say fake it till you make it, some useless quote. If you've not made it, you've not made it. There's no need to fake it. Just walk till you make it. Full stop. If you're not the guy that's busy, don't pick up the phone and start waiting extra hours to respond to her text, right? I'm not saying pick up the phone once you see it and respond to her. No. If you're actually busy, yeah, you can't always respond to her every time, right? You cannot. And you should always be doing something with your life. Because if you don't have anything you're doing, then what the heck are you on this planet doing? You should be fulfilling your purpose every single day, right? If you're not doing that, there's a problem, right? But if in the middle of something you pick up your phone and you see a text and you can answer the text, why would you not answer the text? Why would you not call back? Why? Like, if you can, why not? That's manipulation. And if you want to keep living like that, good luck, man. But I'll tell you from personal experience, I don't even think have I ever done this. This is something I've never remembered doing this. I've never been the guy to text you when, it's not a thing. But I know the repercussion. I know what I get when I respond when I want to respond. When I can respond. When I respond when I can respond. Right? I am not responding from the frame of I'm trying to manipulate her. I'm responding because I can. And when I respond with full attention. If she texts me the next moment, I can literally respond her the next second she texts me. Like, we can literally have a long ass convo, as long as I am less busy. And what does that do? That enables me more bonding time with the girl. And at the end of the day, relationship is all about getting to know each other. With time, the exposure, the authentic exposure, the genuine communication, genuine listening that you guys share, right, is what will take your relationship to a higher level and keep and sustain it. And because I don't think you can really maintain it, you just have to keep growing as partners. Keep growing. Because if you're not growing, then you're falling, basically. I don't think you can't have a stable point. I don't think no. You have to keep doing your best. Keep stacking it, because once you stop and let room for all these mediocre behaviors, mediocre lifestyles, you start seeing drastic changes in your partner's behavior, in the quality of your bonding, even in my point to your children's lives. You start teaching them bad habits and stuff like that. So manipulation tactics never works, because you have to keep manipulating that chick. And once she figures out she's being manipulated, it's wraps. It's either she's going to get revenge or she'll leave, and you'll be very lucky if she just leaves without getting revenge. So yeah, let's just finish what she's saying here.
You set a limit, it's going to set an incentive, and it's going to make you more attractive, more appealing. For starters,
nothing is attractive about that, but let's just continue. There's nothing attractive about being manipulated, guys. There's nothing attractive. How about you try this? Let her know she's being manipulated, right? Say, oh, babes, I'm manipulating you right now, right? Let's see whether she finds that attractive, right? Say, every time I don't do this, every time I take my time to respond to you, you are being manipulated. Let's see whether she keeps texting you back. Because if it truly works, tell her off the bat. Be honest. Be open about it. Be like, babes, the reason I don't text you this much is because I want you to chase me, right? I want you to be open with me, right? I want you to be always looking for me. I want you to seek me. I want you to only think about me. Let her know. Then, if it still works, then I'm wrong. But if you guys have not done that, nobody should tell me otherwise. So anybody that wants to tell me anything about, my idea was wrong, go and practice that out first. Go and try it out and come and let me know the result. God.
Having a boundary and respecting it will set you apart from a lot of people. It'll make you more valuable. So imagine having a curfew. Just saying.
Yeah, have your boundaries. I've said this before, but guys, girls, don't manipulate anybody. Don't manipulate anybody, because there are two things that will happen at the end when they realize, because they will. You're not that good. They will. Or you would get tired of, so they will eventually, if you get tired, they will notice. If they get tired of, of chasing you, they will notice, because they are not necessarily meant to chase you. They are meant to want to be with you. There's a difference. There's a difference between chasing money and wanting to be affluent. If you're chasing money, you're more like looking at other people's lifestyle and wanting to copy it. But if you want to be affluent, you want to have a lot, you're thinking, oh, I want to take care of this massive group of people. I want to build a nation that would work and have a great economy. I want to make sure my parents, you're thinking out of love. That's the difference. One is thinking out of love. The other is thinking out of attention. You don't want that. You do not want that. You're not a celebrity. And even celebrities are loved. You don't see me, you don't see Drake trying to put on something to make me always come back to his this. Like, I don't know how to break that down for you guys. But you go back to Drake because Drake gives you value. You like the quality of Drake's song. Drake puts his soul into his song, and that brings you value, and you like the way Drake does it. And because Drake does it to the fullest and he wants you guys to enjoy it, you guys naturally want more from Drake. That's a symbiotic relationship there. So that is what you want to be heading for. If you're heading for anything other than that, good luck, man. It's going to crash. I'll tell you, that's how it ends. It's going to crash. And hopefully you don't get burnt to pieces, because you're going to get burnt. Next.
What common mistakes do you think some women make when it comes to relationships?
I think the biggest mistake, and I know I'm guilty of this as well, is we don't communicate our needs and we expect them to predict it. So what I mean by this is, say for example, we want to see somebody more often. We will say, I'm not going to ask him, I'm not going to say it, because he should just know. If he wanted to, he would. But the reality is, when we don't communicate our needs, we teach people the wrong way to love us. If you're late every time you pick me up and I don't say anything in that process because I don't want to look needy or I don't want to look clingy or anything like that, I'm teaching you it's okay to do that. What?
Yep, you're teaching me it's okay to always come late, because you're saying regardless of when I show up, you will still love me. And this is what the boundaries of the last girl, this is where the boundaries, you have to put down your boundaries, baby girl. Hey, I love you, but if you keep coming late every time, I'm not going to come out for this event anymore, because why would you keep me waiting when we agreed at a certain time? Girls, come on. Guys, come on. Take no nonsense. There is time for mistakes. Like, if it's a mistake, if it's something that happened once, twice, the third time, man, that's becoming a routine, bro. And you have to put your foot down and tell him or her, hey, look, I like you, but I'm not a fool, and I would not like to be treated as one. So if you don't fix this, I'm out. Period, bro. Period, guys. Next.
Yeah, I don't.
Nope. Nope.
Ladies,
wait, is
this carefully. All men.
Nope, that's a guy speaking.
I think the
hey, let's look at her name real quick.
in women is
this is her name, guys.
Is incredibly nurturing. I think no matter how self-sufficient and how masculine a man is, but when a woman takes care or predicts his needs before he says it, he can't help but melt. So if she knows he might be hungry and there's something ready, if she knows that he might be tired, there's a coffee ready, if she knows that he's got work
that's
in
a
the morning,
thoughtful
he's going to be
woman.
in a rush, there's a shirt iron.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Acts makes a man feel loved.
That's so sweet of any woman or man to do. Like, these qualities, they are saying it, yeah, that's qualities. These qualities most of the times are qualities you want to see in both partners. It should never be one-sided. That's what I'm telling you guys. Most of all these things you guys are complaining about, right, should exist on both ends of the marriage or the relationship. If not, it's going to crumble. You cannot be expecting me to be cooking food for you 24/7, washing dishes. Meanwhile, you can't do the same for me. It is not done. It will not happen. And if it happens, it will not last. So, guys, girls, bring your best. He brings his best. You guys cooperate. to take yourself to a level only two individuals can get to together when it comes to love. Because you can love is when a man and a woman comes together, they can love more than, I don't know how to describe it, but two heads are better than one. So if two lovers come together in a symbiotic relationship, you should be expecting greater returns. That's just how it is. You're not coming together as partners to, start backtracking on progress you've already made. Things you don't do in the past, you start doing them. Like bad things you don't used to do in the past, start doing them all of a sudden. Like, that's not a partner that you should be with. That's somebody that is going to wreck you. Like, wreck you, seriously wreck you. Like, if you know or you can spot that, oh look, we're going down this track and I don't want to go down this track, call it out. And if it's unintentional, you guys will fix it up, right, and work for better outcomes. But if you see it's intentional and this guy or this girl just wants to keep going down that path, hey, wish her the best, wish him the best, but you got too deep, man. You got too deep. Married or not married, man, you have... Look, I'm not a fan of divorces, right? That's why I'll tell you, all this you should have cross-checked before getting married. You should have cross-checked before you've gotten married. But if you got married without doing all this, then, man, why? Because you still have to live. But why do that? Why do you guys rush into marriages without looking out for all these things? These are the first things you look out for crying out loud, guys. Let's know how she is. Let's know how disciplined she is. Let's know how loving and empathic she is. Same for the women. How does he care about your feelings? How does he take care of you when you're in your period? All those little things, man, they are what build up the foundations of marriage. If they are lacking, foundation of relationship, not marriage, any relationship should have these foundations. You should look out for this. So if you've not figured out how your guy is to that extent, there should be nothing like marriage crossing your mind. There shouldn't be. So yeah, that's it. No one is perfect, but you have to do your own work. If you don't do your own part, right? If you don't do your own part of both being the best person you can be and looking out for the qualities that you want in your spouse and making sure they have those qualities before you dive deeper into any long-term relationship, you will pay for it. And it's sad, you will pay for it. So make sure you do that, guys. Next.
And part of the woman.
Women cheat more than men.
Far more.
Come on.
Far more.
Come on.
Far
Why would you say that?
Why do you think women cheat more than men?
Because they're in denial about the infidelity. When they cheat, they don't even label it as that. If a woman starts cheating,
what do they label it as?
They label it as my husband's no longer satisfying me. They won't even say I'm cheating.
They both say that though.
They'll say my husband isn't satisfied. They find a way to redirect and shift the terminology so that they are void of guilt.
That doesn't mean they cheat more, baby girl. That means they are less accountable. They are less accountable than men are, right? If a guy cheats and messes up his relationship, right? An honest guy, because this can happen to both male and female. The guy will be like, okay, I messed up. This is me. I'm sorry. If he really wants to keep it, I'm sorry. Like, it was this, that. The guy will explain himself, will come out clean, right? That's for any honest man or woman. On the reverse, on the flip side, if you are with a dishonest person, yeah, they will dodge every single bullet you shoot at them. Even if you're not trying to shoot, they will dodge. You get me? So, women, you can't say women cheat more than men when women are cheating on men with other men. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. Who are they cheating on men with? Women. Okay, if we're talking about bisexual, yeah, that's just a little population of the whole women. Most people in this world are straight, right? So you're expecting them to be cheating on their men with other men. So those men are also cheating while those women are also cheating. So it's kind of equal. Like, to me, it's just balance. Like, people cheat with other people, people of opposite sex, right? She's cheating on your man, on her man, with another man. Full stop. So let's get that straight.
5 truths about
Four things that you should never say to a man, especially during the dating stages.
Is she Nigerian? I don't know.
If you have gone to a date with a man and after the date he has not called you or communicated with you, please do not text him or call him asking him, why haven't I heard from you?
Why not?
Please don't do that. You will sound needy.
See the problem I have with that? Of course, maybe after you guys went out and all, you guys just went out, right? Yeah, the guy should definitely check on you and say, oh, have you gotten home and all that stuff. To me, I will do that. Like, yeah, you have to make sure she's gotten home safe. You know, maybe tell her good night or something. Like, you know, just make sure she's safe, at least, right? But if you, as the girl or the guy, want to hear from your partner after the interaction, and you do not reach out to that partner when you really want to reach out to them, you're expecting them to call you, they didn't call you, text you, they didn't text you, right? If you do not do that back, why and what gives you the right to request that same behavior from your partner? You don't have the right to request for that. That's what it means. If you cannot do it to somebody else, don't request for it. You get me? It's like the reverse of not doing to others what you don't want to be done to you, right? If you want something done to you, you have to be able to do it to other people. So you should be the change, if anything. If you notice you want to speak to him and he's not, after the date, he didn't reach out to you or her, right? Take your phone and call her. Hey babe, how you doing? We had a great time today. Just checking up on you. I was expecting your call. Let her know that you were expecting her call, right? I was your call or text, but you didn't text me. What's up? What's the problem? Or are we good? Or, you know, if you feel there's a concern, call it out one time. Do not wait. The moment you feel there's a problem, call it out. Because you know what's funny? If there's a leak in this house right now, no matter how many times we ignore that leak and walk past that leak, right, we are still going to go back there and have to fix it. If not, we all drown here. The whole house becomes wet, or we all drown in here one day. So that's the same thing you should, or the same logic you should approach your relationship with. If you know there's a problem, fix it today. I've spoken to so many girls, and they have this habit of trying to postpone things. Like, oh, we just got to know each other. Like, I just met you. Okay, you just met me, but you like me and I like you. So, and we are at this juncture right now. So what and why should we wait for tomorrow or the next 5 months or the next 10 years before we get to this step, right? Especially when we are literally on that step. Because if you've gotten to that step, unless the guy is rushing you or the girl is rushing you into something like, you know, sex or something else, right? That's different. If it's expressing a feeling, telling somebody about your, you know, something personal or something, there is no right time for that other than the time it's being brought up. Once you start postponing stuff like that, you start creating voids. People start feeling left out in that relationship. I don't know about you guys, but that's how I'll feel. If I know my girl is going through this and she's not letting me know, and I want to know, and she's saying, oh, I just met you, so I don't feel like, you know, I should be expressing this with you. That will hurt me. Like, what? Someone that I like, someone that I'm expecting you to be able to be open with me, because I'm doing the same thing. Most of the times I'm doing the same thing. Like, I don't ask for stuff I know I don't do. Like, I'm doing the same thing, and that is how it should be. That is how it should be. I don't know about you guys. Correct me in the chat, in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about that. But to me, left alone, I don't see why you should waste time. If you are at that juncture, nail it one time. Don't say, oh, tomorrow. No, tomorrow. Who told you you're going to see tomorrow? Do it now. Right now. Holy. Let's carry on.
Number 2. During a date, please do not discuss the struggles and the bad things happening in your life. Act like your life is perfect.
Act.
The guy might use these things to gauge how he will treat you. Now,
what? Well, to be fair, if you're meeting someone for the first time, you don't want to pour out your problems like nobody should do that. It should be bit by bit, step by step, right? I'm not saying don't do and don't pour any at all. You should be able to open and let some out, right? But never come and pour your problems out. If you feel there's a discomfort you're having and you need someone to talk to and he's there with you, though it's the first time you guys are talking, you can use it as if anything, a way to see if this guy is compatible with me. It's going to still be a win-win, because if you share those feelings, those emotions, right, those experiences with the guy, and the guy gives you the clarity you've been looking for, eases the pain, you'll be like, wow, this guy can do this. That's a plus. And the quicker you get to know if this guy is a plus, the better for you. And the quicker it is for you to know, oh, I told this guy this and he just didn't, he never responded to me because I shared this part of me with him. Your loss, not really his loss actually, your gain, your W, because you get to move on. You get to find someone that wants and will listen to you and not move on from you because of the fact that you shared an experience. You shared a part of what you've gone through in life with somebody that is meant to be with you throughout the rest of your life. You shared it with that person and the person left. And you think you should not be happy. You should be happy. The person left you. That means you guys are not compatible, which is fine. Not everybody's compatible with everybody. You cannot carry an iPhone charger to flipping charge a Samsung phone. It doesn't work that way. And you should look for the right phone with the right charger. Right? That's how it should work. So no one should ever cry over that. Like, you guys don't work out. That's fine. Next. That's how it should be, man. If you ask me, correct me in the chat again. If you guys don't agree with that, let me know how you guys would take that situation up. If you feel there's something you want to share with your partner, but you feel it's too early because it's your first date or something, would you not? Let me know in the comment section. Next, carrying on. Play.
Number 3. If after a date you do not hear from a man arranging for the next date, please don't reach out to him asking him, when am I gonna see you? Don't do that. You sound needy, and we don't want to be sounding needy out here. Number 4.
This is so petty. This is the pettiest advice I've ever heard in my life. Man. This girl is so petty, man. What's her name? Let me look at the comments. Let's actually look at the comments. I will call him. I will go to look for him. Some men are what? Thank you, Victorina Mwende. I'm sorry if I killed that name. God bless you. All these rules don't make. Thank God there are human beings in the chat. They are literally human beings in the chat. Let's look at that. Look. Never pretend that you are not in it. Oh my God. This is the first time I'm seeing a W chat. What? But it's very important to ask a man where this relationship is heading to. Of course, there's a time for that. Yes, when in a relationship, you should know its future plan. You don't always have to know like right off the bat. Like, of course, you should kind of be gauging like the reason you guys are together or dating or whatnot is for you guys to understand each other and get a sense of where you guys want to head, right? So with time, the question will come up, where are we headed? Or you would have answered it in your head one way or the other, but there's a time for that, you get me? But let's read more of these comments. I like what I'm seeing here. You love him. Please do not tell him ever. Gangster for life. Yeah, these are where the L's come in. You love him, but you won't tell him. Good luck with that, man. Someone will tell him, you know what's funny? Someone will tell him she loves him and she'll go for that guy, because most people are simple. Most men and women are simple. It's just that people are so scared to let themselves out. You forget that when you let yourself out, you show them who you truly are. And if they connect with you when you're showing your true self, that's a huge W. The risk outweigh the rewards. The risk, if you ask me, the reward outweighs the risk by far. Because, okay, let's say, what's the risk? You lose somebody that doesn't want you. It's not even a risk. It's not even a risk. You lose somebody that doesn't want you. Think about it. Like, let's internalize that. You lose somebody that doesn't want you. That's still a reward. So there's literally no risk. I'm beginning to yell like a mad fellow because it's ridiculous what I'm listening and seeing in this comment. Okay, no, the comments have been chill. What is this woman uttering, man? Holy, let's look at some more comments one more time. We've not been asking. No, this is some Igbo. Very true. My ego, I can't simp. Come on. You love somebody and you think acting in the right manner, showing them your time, appreciating them is simping. These are the things we don't want to see. These are the traits you don't want to bring into a relationship, because you and the man or the girl will not progress in the right direction. It's going to be a bucket of lies, assumptions, suspicion, passive aggression, name it. Imagine me calling like there's something I do with my girl, right? Or my girl to be, let's put it like that, because I'm still single, right? I tell her like, oh, when she I really want to give you guys an example, because people will see it and say I'm a simp or something, but I would tell her I'm missing her. Like, I could come out and say, oh, I've been missing you all day. Like, what you been up to? Like, I've actually been missing you. I might even use like some emojis or hearts or something. People say I'm simping. I don't like that word, because it's wrong. When you are showing affection to somebody you like and want to grow a long-term relationship with, there's no simping. There's nothing simping. I can't even speak English. That is not simping. That is what? Expressing yourself to the partner you'd want to be with, right? There is a time and place for that. Doing that right off the bat, I would never advise you that. That is simping. That is simping. Doing right off the bat, you don't know this person and you feel, oh, you can express. That is simping. You need to be able to know. You have to do that when you guys are at a certain stage. It might take a week, it might take 3 days, but it is not right off. It's not the first day. And I'm pretty sure it's not the first 2 weeks either. It's like at least maybe a month-ish. I don't know. But it is not right off the bat. If you're doing that right off the bat, that is simping. Would I even call it simping? I won't call out simping, actually. That isn't even simping. Simping is you do that, they don't want that behavior from you, they push you away, but you want to keep coming back and doing the same behavior. That right there is simping. So in actuality, that's not even simping. If you like do it on the first date or on the 50th date, it is not simping. Only if you've been given a red card for doing it and you keep doing it, meaning you're begging to, let's say you want her to sing you a song. If she doesn't sing you a song, you will cry, right? And she doesn't sing you a song and you're crying, you're feeling bad, right? That's not a good example. That's a very bad example. But guys, as long as it's reciprocated, it is not simping. Yeah, I think I nailed it right there. As long as it is not as long as it is reciprocated, as long as you're getting the energy you're giving back, right? You give first and you get in return. That's how it works. That's how I live my life. I don't sit down and wait to be given, then I give. That's a transaction. Though it might seem like she's sitting down to wait while you're the one giving, but there will be a time you will sit down and wait and let her give you, because you have nothing to give, right? But that comes naturally. That's when you actually have nothing to like give in that sense. So she'll give back, and she'll also give back to you. You know, you'll be able to spot this out, whether you would know in the relationship. You'll be able to watch out for those things to see if you're just getting used or not. But if it's reciprocated, boom, you're on track. You're not simping. You're not simping. You guys are in love. Keep going, man.
If you have known a man for a little while and you're thinking that you should be going to the next level, please do not ask him, what are we? Don't ask that question. So funny. 4 things that
so funny. Like I said, yeah, you should not jump into things like that. Early in the relationship, you just come off as you look desperate in that sense, right? But if the question pops up in your head and you want to ask, go ahead and ask. Honestly speaking, go ahead and ask. It shouldn't be popping up in your head that early. That might be a problem, because then Yeah, that's actually a problem. I think that's the one thing she mentioned that I can actually say, okay, she has a little point here. You should not right off the bat be asking, what are you guys? You guys just met. Like, if it's been months, years, that makes sense. Weeks maybe, that's also fine. But the first day, what are we? Are you normal? Is your head working well? You get me? So I think that's a good point. That's the only W she's dropped today. Other than that, what's her name? Come here, let me find out her name. Her name is Eswahome. I don't know where she's from. Or I don't know. Her name is here. But yeah, the chat, I think this is the most W of chats I've seen. Not me listening to this when I'm single. A mistake I did for so many years. I thought opening up and being real was the best, but I was wrong. You were right. I'm going to literally tell her right now. Oh, guys, I can't tell her because I don't have this thing connected. You were right. Don't listen to her, man. Oh my God. You see, this is what we're talking about. People like this will come on here and poison the minds of other people. This woman maybe did it to the wrong person, but decided not to learn the lesson, the actual lesson that was being taught to her by life itself. Life is teaching you that be yourself and you would find somebody that wants you for you, right? But she maybe tried to be herself, or maybe just was not where she was meant to be, and she was now clingy and acted all like that to this guy, and this guy dropped her or something. And she's out here telling other women not to do this, poisoning their innocent minds. The people that, okay, maybe have experienced a similar thing and are kind of confused and have not sat down to understand the lesson, will come here, see this and be like, yeah, that's exactly what happened to me. So I'm not going to let this happen next time. I'll keep everything inside. I'll hide my heart like I'm XXXTentacion or something. And it's very draining. It would not get you where you want to be. You will struggle with everything relationship wise if you keep doing that. It's always going to be like a sport. You're always competing for attention, competing for who wins. You guys want to love each other, but it's becoming a game. You're holding controller 24/7, trying to control who manipulates the best. You guys have energy, man. Be real. Anybody that doesn't resonate with you when you're real is not for you, and that is fine, and that's a W because you get to move on. That will be it. Watch this right here, guys, if you want more of reaction videos. This one you would enjoy, I promise you. Catch you in the next one. Thanks for the support and peace, guys.